23. Hello, and we're here live with Melty Blood, Type Lumina pools, and it's well into the afternoon today, but we have a lot of strong players qualify for further into the bracket already, but still more pools to come though.
Definitely, and we're really excited to have you here as part of this experience with Frosty Faustings 15. I am Jadelyn, and I'm joined by Shay. How have you been today?
I've been great, except for the frostbite.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, which Frosty Faustings is one of my favorite events. This is actually my second year coming. Loved it, had to come back. But as a SoCal boy, I've never been frostbitten, and I didn't know my skin would just die in the cold. Learned something. I was yeah, the cold's nothing. Oh wait, I'm bleeding. What's going on here?
Yeah, so that's a thing.
Yeah, so I do highly recommend Frosties. It's such a good event, but yeah, wear gloves if you're a little poor boy like me.
Yikes. Well, I hope you feel better soon.
Yeah.
So as Shay already mentioned, we do have a lot of people that have qualified for the top 48. We've been playing pools since 11 a.m., and some of those players who've already qualified include Scrot, Kiri, Misoma, Luna, Lunar, Leffen has qualified, Jurassic Ori, and then KDZ, June Bear, Fox has also qualified for top 48. So there's a lot of really strong players that we've come to expect through the Melty Blood scene to have qualified in the winner side, but then this loser side is looking pretty good too.
Yeah, I mean it's all about consistency, right? So Melty Blood's a game where you have a lot of variance because there's a lot of guessing if you choose to do that. But you see a lot of players consistently placing very high or just consistently getting to the pool. It's just a testament to their overall skill, how they manage the risk reward, right? Which is a major thing in Melty Blood type Lumina.
Right. And so what we're going to see a lot in this pool, as noted, those players have already made it into top 48. So there are still some strong players in this. Eris, who will be commentating top 48 with me tomorrow, who flew from France, I believe, to be here, is playing in this pool. Giuseppe, Rakir, Lucy, and Hyde are all in this pool as well.
Definitely strong players there, yeah. I'd love to see how they go there. We do have Wishy versus RNGG. I love that name.
It's great.
Wishy's dressed very sharply, so... But, it's not about how you dress at Frosty Faustings. It's about how you play, so...
Right, but dress warm, as discussed.
Warmer.
All right, so we're going to have the Hisui versus Saber matchup.
Yeah, this matchup's very interesting because, Saber does have her Avalon, which is always going to be a factor in this matchup, even if you don't see it that often.
Exactly.
You do have to respect it sometimes because it is a counter super that, and Hisui is a character who does a lot of Oki, right? So that can be a factor here in this matchup.
Oh, so nothing after the shield and was trying to just set up some pressure with his Wishy and finally get something with the ladle. It's the first significant damage that we've had, and I love that they changed the skillet sound. It's so good.
Very satisfying. Good block there on the offense. Wow! Using the pot to hold RNGG down in the corner there. I love that.
I really like that. And then we have the EX table, eat the cake, and then the throw afterwards. And the side switch to put them back in the corner. That was a really well done thing. They've got the meter to do another EX table if they would like.
Oh!
But recovery.
Now, Melty is a game where you can get momentum very quickly, right? So you see that there's recoverable health there. And the counter hit. So what RNGG could do here, go for a heat setup, right? Recover all that health, or just try to keep momentum here. Let's see what they do.
Yeah, spent that bar. The re-jump didn't get anything. High-low situation here. And then, the blowback edge. Yeah, it's going to open up Wishy a lot.
Yeah, again, you can go for one hit here. One more hit can kill, right? You got 14 seconds. But you can also go for heat.
Oh, yeah, that was a really big heat. And then just one hit, and that was it. RNGG lived far too long, honestly, in that fight.
I liked how it was going, though. Again, Melty Blood's a game of all about momentum, right? One hit could change everything. So you saw that. If RNGG just got one more hit, they could have won that round.
They could have, but unfortunately, Wishy was able to get the setup after that heat. Okay, shield again. Really delayed BC afterwards, and then didn't punish the shield from RNGG.
Yeah, good delay shield. Delayed BC is one of the strongest options, right? Because it's so safe, but it does cost meter.
Ooh, I wanted Wishy to get a lot more off of that than they did. There we go. There's a good setup.
Yeah, good tag on the low there.
Yep, and then going to set up the table afterwards and get the launcher. So same setup as before, but this time RNGG recognized that and was ready for it and didn't take all the damage from the side switch.
Yeah, respected it too. Last time RNGG went for a backdash, got punished. That time just blocked it, honestly. So I'd like to see that there.
Yeah, RNGG blocking a lot more, which is good because the backdashing, like you said, was getting them hit a lot and taking a lot of damage from it. Just right there, they almost took the same thing, backdashing.
Ooh, good. Wishy moved into the spacing very quickly. Able to use the faster move to get counter hit. Another setup here. Gonna keep the corner this time? Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah. Oh, that was really nice. Went in with sort of fake blow, the empty jump.
Oh, unblockable.
Oh, blood heat.
Yeah, good bait on that.
Yeah, just totally baited. So that's going to be the first one going over to Wishy.
Yeah, very solid round from Wishy there. I liked how overall there was kind of like a oh my god, please let this heat work kind of thing. But Wishy ahead of it, right? So I'd like to see that there from good situation awareness.
Yeah, you definitely need to have that while you're in the situation. A lot of these players, some of them are familiar to the stage, but for a lot of them during pools, this might be their first time in that sort of situation. So to be able to have that awareness while you're under the eyes of a lot of people is pretty impressive.
Nice dash over there. This time's all RNGG this round.
Yeah, really nicely done. It's good to see that RNGG does have this because we didn't get to see too much. Good grab and then the hit afterwards too.
It'll take 2 throws to kill here, so you probably won't see it again. But now it's only 1 throw.
Okay, chair, and then nice blocking coming out from Wishy. Ooh, that backdash was really sketchy.
Yeah, it was scary, but no punish there from RNGG. I think RNGG is willing to just play it out here, right? You see, Wishy's got the meteor advantage, so RNGG could make this round take longer on purpose to build a little more meteor. Because RNGG knows he only needs 1 meteor to kill here, right?
Right. The heat is still an option for Wishy too.
Ooh.
There it is, that aggressive heat, get the blowback from it. And then by attacking and being the aggressor, getting a lot of heat, there's so much recoverable life they didn't have to spend. And you get that little bit of the hit at the end from the arc drive.
Yeah, I really like Wishy's usage of the pot there to stop the jump out. But good reflexes from RNGG, but drops the combo there.
Ooh. Jumped after the shield coming out from Wishy. And then Moondrive from Moondrive, had to see what was going on. RNGG going to take that. That was really strong gameplay compared to the first game that they played together from RNGG.
Yeah, really good reaction to use the Moondrive there to check what was going on, saw the EX ladle, then shielded it. And that's one of the best things you can do against an EX move.
Sorry, that noise gets me every single time. It's so good. Oh, I like, so Wishy was trying to do the jump over that they've been doing, and that time instead of blocking, RNGG jumped back in kind and was able to maintain their position, which was really nice.
Nice tech, good defense from Wishy there. Blocked all the air dash mix up, and then ended it with a throw tech. Air to air, doesn't confirm, shield into B.
Really delayed B, and then just gets hit.
Yeah.
I really thought Wishy was able to block that, but they got hit, and that's kind of a shame.
Yeah, they waited long enough to where I think they swung when they probably shouldn't have.
Yes,
nice
agreed.
air dash mix up.
Okay, corner situation, and the setup just going to go with the launcher.
Yeah, one hit. One hit to kill. There it goes.
Yeah, there's plenty of meter. Okay, good. And then didn't even have to finish the combo, but ensured that they were going to take that. So 1-1.
Yeah, good reversal of fortune there. And we kind of saw this a little bit from RNGG to begin with, right? Like, if you hark back to the first round, he was only 1 hit away from winning that round, too. So he's able to put himself in a position where, even though it seems like Wishy has like maybe 30 to 40% health, they're still dead from the next hit, right?
Exactly. Oh,
okay.
Immediate B counter on a shield with only 5 seconds or 4 seconds into the game. They're being really aggressive. I like that they both took the time to think and came in so much more aggressive as players, because that second game was much more passive.
Nice whip punish there. Wishy went with a fully charged chair, kind of left herself open there. Knocked down the corner.
All right.
See, but tried to jump out. Gets caught.
Ooh. Yeah, I liked the idea of the Moondrive, but it didn't work out as well as I think Wishy would have wanted it to. Oh, meeting the air in kind, but then finally gets an open. Nope.
Ooh.
RNGG teched out of it, teched forward, and got out of the corner. But now RNGG is getting caught with these backdashes once again that got them in trouble in the first game.
Yeah, might be getting a little antsy here, right? Because Wishy's dropped a couple combos, but RNGG just kind of just put himself back in the situation.
Yeah.
Okay, that was weird. It just gets blown up, right? That did so much damage.
It did so much. Like, why are you even alive? Oh, you're not.
Traded.
Just kidding.
Yeah. Scary trade there, but it worked out.
It was definitely one of those, like, high-risk, high-reward situations, but it worked. All right.
Counter hit. Plenty of meter here. Going to get a setup, we think. There it goes.
All right.
Go for the side switch.
No, this time not.
Same side.
I love that adjustment from Wishy because RNGG was really not ready for it. Like, you start noticing the tendencies of your opponent, and I would have expected him to go the other side. Wishy, good adjustment. That time shields the blood heat too. Oh my god, the run under going to catch as well, and this is... I mean, they've got the meter. Yeah, that's it. That is it for RNGG and this part of pools.
Yeah.
But nice. I mean, oh, and a perfect too. I like how you heard that over it. Perfect.
Yeah, just the cherry on top, right? Tell you how perfect you are.
Mm-hmm. Hisui is pretty great.
Yeah, Hisui is pretty good. So I think one of the old lores of Hisui is that like when the developers like made the game, they had a lot of hand in like how Hisui would move, right? For the original Melty Blood, Hisui has to move this way because she's my favorite character. So when you make her animations, you have to like take extra care to make them. I think that's in a super old interview. It could just be something someone made up on the internet, but from what I could tell, like the way that she's like so kind of graceful, but also kind of like deadpan, really works for me, right? So that's what I like about her as a character.
See, and I really like Kohaku because she's just insane, and it's great. It's just fantastic.
Yeah, high risk, high reward, right?
Right. So up next, we have Lucy versus Arroway. So Lucy, a regular in the Melty Blood community, often brings a lot of excitement and a lot of different characters to the table.
Right.
They did really well in the official Melty Blood United States qualifiers as well as in the top 24 that we had last December, and is just constantly bringing something new.
Right.
I remember in the Central qualifiers, which were last July, I think Lucy played 3 different characters and then decided to mirror match Vlav against Masoma in grand finals.
Yeah, I mean, that's something you don't expect at all, right? Someone to mirror match you. And like, oftentimes, like, a lot of players, or specialist players, will always say, well, the mirror match is not an even matchup, right? Just because of how the matchup is played sometimes. And if you can really capitalize on like your opponent's tendencies, that can be a way to like match them, right? Lucy, with so much character knowledge, can really overwhelm their opponents with like, by counter picking or picking a matchup that they're very familiar with.
Right.
Because I was the most aware of Lucy's play as a Roa player at first, but as you mentioned, started to branch out. Very, very fascinating. A lot of different playstyles too with different characters.
Right. So this is just a button check. But yeah, I mean, Lucy, yes, prolific Roa player. Also played a lot of Coma. Did really well with that. Has played MASH, I believe, as well. And a little bit more recently with the MASH, but is pretty capable with most of the cast. And I think that's what makes Lucy such a threat in Melty Blood right now, is because not only can they come to the table with a character, there's a strong likelihood you're not going to come to the table with a character that Lucy isn't aware of.
Right. And, practicing every character is good in every game, right? And especially Melty Blood, where the Gatling system is very normalized, I'd say.
Right.
So you can get a feel for most characters by picking them up and playing with them, right? MASH is a character, pretty plain, I'd say, but we expect that kind of thing from our shielder, right? She's on the slower side for her, like, basic speed, but she's got very good special moves, though.
She does, and meanwhile, though, if Powered CL can get going, the patch 2 patches ago really benefited Powered CL and has done some really great things for her as a character, but we may not see that.
Yeah, it may just be Lucy's turn.
It really may be, and I mean, on paper, CL does have the range advantage over MASH, but if you don't get to play the video game, then nothing.
Yeah, very aggressive play from Lucy here. Choosing to spend Moondrive, as part of a block string.
Right.
Ooh, okay. Arroway believed.
Yeah, all right. So there was a nice small combo from Arroway, just trying to get a little bit of life and just take any advantage they can. Lucy spending a bar there, but not getting anything from it. Just pressuring and then the throw.
Yeah. Good backdash there, but again, still in the same situation. Lucy capitalizing with the throw there. We'd like to see that kind of gameplay.
Right. Okay. Woo! Oh, that dash caught. Oh, that's just rude. And then you were able to take advantage of it.
Oh,
but
nice
good
reversal.
turnaround.
Yeah. That's one of those things in Melty Blood that you can super cancel specials on whiff sometimes in this game. So that's one of those things that's different about Melty Blood compared to a lot of other air dasher games. Good throw. It is in fact judo.
Yeah, I really like the way that they animated Mash's throw. It's so cool.
Okay, Arroway capitalizing here. Let's see if we can get the full combo.
Yep.
Okay. Spending meter to get the corner carry.
Yeah, not quite. There is more that you can do if you get the wall bounce off of that. Oh,
Ooh.
really? That was shocking. I could not believe the airway held that shield for so long.
Whoa!
Oh,
all the
my
clashes.
interactions. That was so crazy.
Ooh,
Okay, but
yeah.
Lucy was the first one to mentally recover from that. All of those clashes, I
know.
would love to go back and count how many there were. That was insane.
Yeah, close it out there with a dash on the right. And that's a Melty Blood staple. Just running under your opponent as they land.
Right.
It's a really strong anti-air in this game. In a game where there's not really like traditional anti-airs, running under is a very strong one. And once again, Lucy, very aggressive moon drive play, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lucy has a tendency to do that. You know, really wants to make sure that they always have the edge and the advantage in this particular, and like in any round. But Airway, once again, is able to open up everything just sort of on Lucy's hesitation.
Yeah, very aggressive there, right? Did an unsafe block screen, did a DP through it.
Okay.
This one's Lucy. Very
Yeah.
flawless execution there.
Yeah, big combo, and then the setup went in for the low, went high that time, and then got the throw and switch the sides. The thing with Lucy is that they're doing such a good job mixing up Mash's high-low pressure that it's getting a little bit difficult for Airway to read.
Yeah. You notice here, Airway, again, though, this time just reacting back to an attack instead, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good choice here. To the corner.
Okay. Yep. Just is choosing to end that and then get a little bit of moon drive back, but they didn't get a ton. And then the little punch afterwards to continue the combo for Lucy. Okay, the heat comes out.
Another one.
Oh!
Moon drive shielded it.
Oh my gosh.
Great choice there.
Oh, drop the combo.
Ah.
All right.
That's okay. Picked up the spaghetti before I hit the ground.
It is dinner time.
It is, in fact, dinner time. I think that, like, one of those things that you'll notice, like, that oftentimes that I think Lucy has a really specific situation where they will go for that charging shield, knowing that whatever clash interaction happens, seems like Lucy's very confident.
Right. Okay.
Shield. Ooh.
Oh, wow. And then the fatal afterwards and just the throw. Interesting. Lucy almost took a okay, never mind. Lucy is going to take some damage here.
Yeah. Outranged it.
Mm-hmm. What are we going to end it with here? Okay. Use the EX, and then this time does choose to continue the combo, even though they are really low on moon. They did get one icon back, so that was good.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, interesting choice of the meter choose. What caught?
Yeah. Okay. That time goes. Now Airway has, the opportunity to moon drive, which is exactly what they were trying to go
Flash.
for. And then
Shielded.
again, this time, Lucy is the one who's going to get the advantage.
Yeah, safe heat there. We like that. Ooh, reversal. Again.
Oh, the run under caught, though, by Airway.
Nice. Signs of life from Airway here.
I mean, that's no small feat.
Yeah, like you saw, like, really started to abuse that, like, good range where power steal is very powerful, right? After it got the corner carry, just decided to stay at range instead, which is very powerful.
All right. Small charge from Lucy there, and then another grab, side switch. Moon
Ooh.
drive. Oh, punishes
throw.
with a throw from Lucy.
Oh, okay. Good reversal from Airway. Let's see if Airway decides to keep that mid to long range spacing, but drops the combo.
Oh, no. That's really unfortunate because those combos, I mean, honestly, Airway's combos have been very strong.
Yeah. Ooh,
Oh,
good bait.
no. Well, that's it.
Yeah. Hard bait on the heat there, which is one of the things that not every character can punish, right? But as you saw right there, Mash could just follow up with the charging star,
Right.
and that's pretty much it, right?
That, I mean, it was nice to see signs of life from Airway, like you were saying. And, I mean, the combos when they would land were good. They were solid there. The fundamentals were there. It's just you're fighting somebody who is so... They're so proficient at adapting to any situation.
Yeah, and I like that choice. In the round that Airway had won, they had really gone to that like mid-long range game, right? So I thought that was really good adaptation because that's one of the things Powered Steel can do alone, right?
Right.
That's just one of those things that, specific to Powered Steel, this is very strong. Just kind of kept with that and was able to take the round just on the back of that, right? But
Right.
Unable to get into the situation again, right? Dropped a combo there near the end, and that led to Lucy just getting a combo and then finishing it up.
Yeah, I mean, good. It was good gameplay from both players, but Lucy clearly the more practiced and the stronger player in that particular matchup.
Yeah, good capitalization near the end there as well.
Definitely.
So it looks like we have a Run the Mix versus Fajita Ida.
Yeah, I forgot about that name. We have some really fantastic names in this bracket.
Yeah, I mean, RNGG was starting off with pretty strong, but
That is true. That
I know for a character who did not play a character with any RNG elements, but you know what? We still take it, right?
yeah, I was who would be our? I mean, there are a couple RNG.
There's
Well, Neko Arc.
Neko Arc, exactly.
I was like, and I think that's it. I have not seen any Neko Arc players. I've been kind of like looking around at pools to see if we at least had one.
If Giuseppe gets on stream, I hope he plays.
Oh,
Neko
that would
Arc,
make me so happy.
Because he plays a lot of Neko Arc, and whenever he played casual, he only played Neko Arc. But he might just play Shiki in tournament, but we'll see. Oh, we have a Aoko versus Mario.
So characters that we saw a lot of, like right after they came out, and then fell off a little bit in the more recent patches.
Yeah, I do think that both characters are pretty strong. Very technical, though, right? So oftentimes in fighting games, like the first characters that come out are very basic, and a lot of the DLC characters tend to be a little bit more technical. And
Yes.
honestly, Mario and Aoko are kind of pretty much those exact characters, right?
Right. Mario definitely. Mario looks more technical than he is. The inputs are actually pretty simple, but the setups are very complex, and the skill ceiling with him is pretty high.
Yeah. And like the ability to kind of have to pay attention to where the maids are. I guess they're not maids, they're nuns.
They are nuns.
That's right. We need every proficient in this job.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think that like he controls 2 different nuns. And Aoko on the other hand has orbs that she can use.
Right.
She can control the orbs independently of herself. There's also orbs that just explode when they get near you. So lots of different kinds of orbs. It's pretty difficult to tell as an opponent which kind of orb it is, but that is how you kind of...
Oh,
wow.
That was really nice from Vegeta Ida. The confirm immediately into the Moon Drive activation, and then is going to get the Sword Nun on there and get the hard knockdown afterwards. The thing with Mario, too, is that you can be really ambiguous with Mario's movements when the nuns are out and get some sneaky grabs in for extra damage.
Yeah, there's just a lot of like visual unclarity with this character.
Yes.
That's pretty uncommon for Melty Blood, right? Melty Blood's a very relatively simple game, you'd say, but Mario's character was really just a lot going on. Orb setup.
There is, yep. Got to be very careful.
Shield.
Oh, shield, and then
Ooh.
got caught by the orb. That could have been so much more damage from Run the Mix.
Yeah.
Oh, and then a punish on the grab.
Ooh. The nuns working they're working the magic there.
Whee!
Yeah, right there, that really critical situation where we thought that Run the Mix had got the orb hit might have been kind of antsy thinking if he either maybe would go for BC there, right? BC follow up, and that's maybe why they hesitated.
All right, so round start. I like the pre-round movement. They were doing a lot of jumping and then just challenging sort of the space in the air. But Vegeta Ida going to be the one who's going to get the advantage from it. Gets corner, comes in immediately with the overhead. And the nuns, Spear Nun is doing so much work. Sword Nun comes in and then the spider web.
Set up.
Oh!
Held heat.
Oh,
Nice.
and then punished with the Sword Nun just because of the activation. It take a little bit longer for Aoko.
Okay, good reversal there by Fajita Ida, just swinging. Just, all Fajita Ida, right? After that initial opening, getting the position at the pre-round start, using that position, and really just overwhelmed.
my
We're on the mix here.
goodness.
Good
Okay.
shield!
That was such a good shield. Vegeta Ida definitely has the mental advantage in this.
Right. Just really choosing to go in as soon as possible, right? And we like to see that.
Wow, that was a really interesting way to use the movement for Mario to just, again, creating visual confusion for Run the Mix, even before the round had started.
Yeah. And that's one of those things. The Melty Blood's one of the few modern games that we play with this pre-round movement.
Right.
And that's one of those things that makes it kind of interesting because it is a very aggressive game depending on the game plan. Double crossover.
Oh, just opened up with a plain low from Run the Mix. This could be the first time we actually see some good damage from them. The orb setup and then misses the rest of the combo.
Ooh. Yeah.
Oy.
Fatal counter hit there. It's unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
One mix-up could probably do it, but there's plenty of resources here.
Oh!
I thought they baited it too.
I
Looked
thought
like
they baited it. I was like, oh, that's so smart.
Arc drive.
But this time, it does not punish with the... Oh, that... It was just a delay punish with the Sword Nun.
You've got a lot of time there because after you shoot 2 beams, you get a little tuckered out. And
Wow.
yeah.
That was fast.
It was quick after the quick 2-0. Very aggressive play, right? I really like to see that from Mario. Because at the end of the day, they're kind of, you want to think that he can be kind of, defensive, right? Because you can control a quote unquote projectile in the nuns, but oftentimes he's most powerful, like just being aggressive and just running the setups, right? Literally running the mix against the runthemix.org.
Sometimes your name doesn't work out for you.
Yeah, or maybe they're telling you them run the mix on me.org, right?
Well, in that case, then
it's a command, not a name.
Yeah, then Vegeta Ida definitely understood the assignment in that case.
Yeah. So it seems like we're going to go to an ad break right now. But don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Melty Blood action here at Frosty Faustings 2023. See you soon.
泣かせたらごめんな。見せてくれ、あんたの力を。とっとと始めようぜ。母さんが待ってる。なあ、クックできるか？俺はできるぜ。おやじ手抜かないでくれよ。完全に優勝。オブザマーガスケツだぜ。うまい。バトルが終われば俺たちもう友達だよな。届けー。
Since 2008, Gaming Gen has been providing staffing, consoles, monitors, and every other essential for amazing events. Rushdown Revolt, a fast-paced fighting game that brings anime fighter mechanics to the platform fighter genre. Use the Spark Cancel system to access insane combos, featuring a unique cast of characters and electrifying gameplay. God of Rock is like nothing you've witnessed before. DNF Duel, coming to Nintendo Switch April 20th. Now you can hit the lab on the go. Guilty Gear Strive Season 2. With 4 new characters including Bridget, Sin, and 2 more characters to be announced for release later this year. Them's Fightin' Herds Season Pass 1 available now, including Texas the Bull and 3 more upcoming characters along with new stages. Celebrating over 10 years of Skullgirls and 5 years of Skullgirls Mobile. With 4 brand new DLC characters, it's the perfect time to start or get back into the game that Touch Arcade called far and away the best mobile fighting game. MSI Cyborg 15. For only $9.99, you can grab a monster rig pumping out 1080p at 144 Hz. Junk food. Proven quality, featuring support for PS5 and Xbox Series, you can also pick up the brand new Micro Lite available now. Jack Jean. A captivating story where every choice brings countless
Hello, and welcome back to Frosties 2023. I'm excited for Jack Jean. I don't know about you.
I mean, actually, I'm really excited for God of Rock.
Okay, sounds good, yeah.
It looks really cool. We are fortunate to have a demo, and we're going to have an exhibition tomorrow for it.
Okay.
It looks so cool. Like, as a musician and a fighting game player, and somebody who loves rhythm games, I'm like, oh, this ticks all the boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, it's really hard, but I desperately want to try it.
I'm not good at either of those games, clearly. Especially not at the same time. But yeah, I checked it out earlier. I actually really like the visuals of it. I think it's really cool. I'm really looking forward to that as well. And I didn't know this exhibition, so...
Yeah, I
Sure,
think
check that
at
out,
2
yeah.
o'clock tomorrow,
Awesome.
which I believe is also being streamed. Be sure to check Twitter for that. And be sure to, look at for the Frosty Faustings Twitter, as well as the Twitters of all of the other streams that are part of this event, so that you don't miss anything that's happening this weekend. There are 25 main games at this event, and all of those 25 games are having some kind of stream spot. So If you want to keep up with it, make sure that you're on social media. Go to frostyfaustings.com and get that information as well, as we are getting back into Pool D of Melty Blood here at Frosty Faustings 15.
Yeah, it looks like we've got Rakir versus Spencer, and Rakir playing MASH. It's interesting because I've known Rakir as a player from the Under Night.
Right.
Played, probably I would call like the opposite of MASH, I guess you could say, but in this game, we'll just see how that playstyle plays out. VC follow-up to start from Spencer, but drops the combo.
Yeah,
gives Rakir a chance.
This is going to be a lot of damage out of Rakir. I mean, like you said, Rakir, I stay in this community, so it's neat to see what they're doing here. And then Moondrive for Moondrive activation. Okay, good reversal situation.
Great choice there. And of course, I would say that, Shiki Tono is one of the most basic characters in this game, you could say, but very solid, right?
Incredibly solid. The damage is ridiculous. Okay, that shield. Oh, all right. Rakir was able to save that situation, really, by getting the heat, but it was looking a little sketchy for him. Spencer taking a lot of damage here.
Double jump!
Oh!
Yeah.
That hurt my soul.
Yeah, which side was that, if you tell yourself?
All of the side. It does not matter. You were hit.
Yeah. Good follow-up there. Like you mentioned, very aggressive heat there, right? Spencer was at the top of the screen, but it managed to hit there because heat does make it go up in this game.
Oh, Spencer really committed to that button, and based on the pre-round movement, they probably shouldn't have because Rakir was living in the air.
But again, another chance here. Put Rakir in the corner. Many jumps into throw.
Okay, text the throw coming out from Spencer. Spencer backdashes, and then again, Moondrive.
Nice.
But this time, Spencer is the one who gets the advantageous situation from it. And has 4 bars of Magic Circuit, too. Okay, does choose to spend 1. Could spend another here if they wanted it. Nope, just goes for the hard knockdown.
Throw tech. Ooh, good bait. Throw in the corner. Not baiting the heat there. And again, aggressive. Very aggressive from Spencer.
Okay. And just going to close that out here. All right.
Ooh, goes for the install.
Nice.
When you kill with this, you get it for next round as well. So it's pretty cool. But one thing when you saw it, Spencer had committed to that button really heavily early that game. They almost got him killed, but I used it at the end there and it worked.
It was definitely a choice, but it was a choice that worked out for Spencer, and I'm glad for him for that. But unfortunately, if he doesn't do something soon, not going to be able to use any of the moves he just unlocked. Wow, so reversal right after the Moondrive activation.
Yeah, you would think that, they're both watching each other, but Spencer reacts with another reversal, right?
Yep.
Very aggressive. Good block strings. Throw.
Okay, throw again. Empty jump, and then, that time Rakir was able to just jump out of it and recover from that situation. Spencer's pattern was getting to be pretty samey, so it was good recognition on Rakir's part to jump and get out of there.
Good punish on the backdash. Plenty of meter here, too, as well.
Yep, all right, spends 1 bar, and then...
Reset?
Okay. Oh, not ready for that heat once again. This is what won Spencer the last round. Oh, but they spent so much time blocking, they didn't get anything really out of it.
That's an unfortunate hit, actually. But that's a committed shield there. Right there, you saw a situation where, Rakir's move had won cleanly, but it hit Spencer in such a weird way that it actually let Spencer get away with it, right? But again, Rakir able to recapitalize and close out the round.
Oof. Big round start from Rakir here. Oh, no.
Yeah,
that could have been a little more, but Spencer was able to tech out of it and now has the corner advantage because of the way that he fell.
Yep. Missed shield there. But it's one of those changes, recent version of Melty Blood where if you shield incorrectly, you get a penalty.
Yep. Okay. Punish here. And then able to continue the combo, end it with a hard knockdown. Did not get anything afterwards, not able to catch, and a really good counter from Rakir on that jump.
Yeah, nice whiff normal into another normal there. Kind of tricks Spencer out there, right?
Right. Ooh, clash. And then Moondrive, and this time Spencer doesn't have any moon to do Moondrive in response.
Yeah. Good awareness of the resources there, right? Whiff throw.
Yeah. Okay.
Again, not able to bait those, right?
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that...
Oh! And sometimes the difference between a round can just be one bait you did or didn't do, right? Spencer does get the bait there.
Yeah, Tex though, backdash, doesn't get anything after it. The counter comes out, and the air challenge from Rakir, this could actually completely change it, and they just got a bar of Magic Circuit that they could choose to spend. They are going to. Does not quite do enough damage, even though it's 4.1k.
Oof.
Oh, baby.
This time has that. Oh wow, did the follow-up. so gutsy, but it worked out.
It was. What I would really like to see is Rakir start expecting these heats because they're coming in pretty predictable spaces. And you saw how much damage Spencer did when Rakir's got shielded.
Yeah, that maybe just need like a blind spot for Rakir right now because Rakir may be going for some kind of option select that automatically baits it. But because it's a blocked heat, the timing is different.
Right. All right.
Yeah, very good round for Spencer here. One more hit could do it.
Yeah, enough meter to close it out if they want to. All right, let's see how Rakir answers because this is the pressure string that worked really well for Spencer before. And that time Rakir just gets caught standing up. I guess he was expecting an incoming overhead.
Now a throw can kill.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, the jumping up backwards into the dive has been putting in a lot of work defensively for Rakir here.
Okay.
Nice.
It's a good side switch. Good lord, that was a very smart move.
Yeah, Spencer looked like a dash on actually trying to backdash.
Okay, and that was
Safe
a nice,
heat.
Safe heat. The Moondrive activation and the slide in from Spencer doesn't get anything. Rakir getting so much recoverable health back.
Yeah, now can probably survive like one combo.
And
again,
once
no bait.
again,
Yeah.
yep, no protection on that. Doesn't need it though. Spencer's going to take a ton of damage here. Rakir can spend a bar to, nope. Chose not to spend the bar, and the throw is teched. Oh, now Spencer is one touch away from being able to take this.
That was such a great aggressive movement by Spencer. Air throw ender, interesting.
Yep.
Oh! I saw that Spencer had probably already committed to something already against the dive.
That hurt. That was a whole lot of shield. Oh,
Okay.
but just immediate opening from Spencer. Spencer just is like not deterred at all by anything that seems to be happening.
Those kicks to the shins, they hurt.
They sure do. I mean, so do the slashes to the face that Rakir is taking right now. I mean, it's been barely 20 seconds, and Rakir has taken 60%. I mean, Spencer's taken 60% of Rakir's life bar.
Oh, another good hit. This could probably kill because it is a good starter.
It's a, yeah, oh my goodness. Perfect. So 1-1 now. Our first not 2-0 since we've started.
Yeah. They didn't feel like 2-0s most of the time, but that was, a good reversal, right, from
It
Spencer
was.
there, right?
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
and such an early, a 1 second Moondrive activation from Spencer, and then in kind from Rakir.
Good anti-air there. This is such a good starter for Shiki. He does so much damage off that kind of anti-air.
Oh, I thought he might have dropped that, but Spencer proved me wrong. Tex again. Rakir expecting all of these grabs. Please just shield a heat. I beg you.
Ooh.
Ay,
Wow.
Throw.
I like that. It's very cheeky. Counter hit. He has to pick the OTG because it didn't get the full combo. But we'll take that.
All right. Okay, that time Spencer did not shield, but did
Good
shield that, and
shield.
then a B afterwards. Could have gotten a little bit more damage. Got enough for another Moondrive activation. Oh, we're just scrambling now.
Yeah, just, spend your Moondrive meter, right?
Yeah, sure. Oh, no.
Good. Yeah, good delay there. Saw the shield, went low.
Launch and then into the corner. Overhead stands up for it. Shield again. The B was challenged. No, buddy, you live here. You're going to take all this damage once again and doesn't even need to spend the bar.
Very solid. I think that, Spencer maybe should... I feel like Spencer's gone away with so many heats, he was afraid to do it again. I think I've worked so well so many times. Maybe it's not going to work this time. Maybe... So, didn't go for it at all.
No, did not go for it. Rakir playing much more intelligently, I want to say, but once again, did not do anything against the incoming heat. And
it was a throw. Like, Rakir had gone for a throw, so not much you can do about that.
That is true. But Spencer did not get anything out of that blood heat, which is unfortunate because they don't really have any magic circle to work with except for what they've just gained by getting hit.
Ooh.
Oy.
Nice. Moondrive back.
Okay, the throw. Ooh. Spencer's still able to keep their head about them during all this. So many clash frames once again.
Yeah, good choice. A fatal counter hit. Oh, the drop.
No. That could have been so much more damage. Tech again. And then the overhead on the incoming after that from Spencer. Going back into the corner. Send them all the way over here. Oh, we did tech out of it for Rakir.
Ooh,
that
was
the
weird.
overhead. Yeah, that was really far.
Whoa.
Oh, no? Oh my gosh, this is insane. This is so back and forth right now. There's just so much damage coming out.
Hard knockdown. One throw can kill. Go for safety. Interesting. A combo might still kill him, though.
Yeah? Because Spencer has to be really... No,
Reversal
you're joking.
super.
You're joking. Good lord.
You know, sometimes a super's as good as a heat, right? Especially when you're already in heat.
I mean, it's definitely an option that you can do in this game.
Okay, aggressive from Mercury here. Round start, just make sure.
Ooh, I mean, Spencer is definitely a lot scarier than he was in the previous round. Oh, committed to his shield, gets hit by an overhead. This is going to do a lot.
Sends a meter for the knockdown.
Yep, almost got 3.5k, and then just Spencer being aggressive in return.
Yeah, good block on that. Was very aggressive.
Yeah.
Low.
Okay. He's done the same thing 5 times. Buddy, what are you doing? Okay,
Good
shield, and then the BC is something Rakir has not done yet on that shield situation.
This could probably kill. Got plenty of meter. Yeah.
Yay! Oh, I was concerned when it did the slowdown. I was like, oh, is it not going to kill?
Well, they're already shaking hands. Rakir is confident.
Yeah.
Yeah, really close set there, right? I think
It
Spencer, very formidable opponent for Rakir, but you know, once again, as you mentioned, Type Lumina is a game where, you know, you need to be very consistent in how you play the game to be, you know, a really good player at this game. Because you can introduce a lot of variants with shield, reversals, moondrive, right? So oftentimes, you know, the best players are the ones who can stay consistent, you know, despite their opponents, right? So
well, and not only that, it's the best players are consistent in their gameplay, but they can also consistently adapt to situations, because the players who do really well are the ones who are able to see different situations and go, oh, my opponent is doing XYZ in this situation. I'm going to start doing LMNOP in the same situation so that I can start countering that. And then eventually you're just always one step ahead of the person that you're playing against, and they just start losing the ability to fight back.
Right. And that's one of the things that's really fun about Melty Blood, and especially this version of the game where, you know, one good read in this game is worth about 35 to 40% of your opponent's health, right?
It is.
Even just like if you can adapt really well to your opponent, you can go really far in Melty Blood. Just because it's one of those games that, like, you know, if you're just an expert at reading but you're not necessarily like a technical master, you can still make you can do a lot of damage in a bracket.
You definitely can. And so with this the most recent patch that we had, which came out in December, a lot of the changes that were made had to do with the sizes of hitboxes and hurt boxes. There were some damage things that were changed for individual characters, but the state that the game is in now, you really can, like a proficient player is able to get per combo between 3.5 and 4.1k for 1 bar of, you know, magic circuit, and that's pretty consistent. And for most of the cast, like you've been saying, that's 30 to 40% of your health bar, and that's pretty significant.
Yeah, and it's really the number of, like, the number of adaptations you have to make per round is not necessarily like a lot, but it can be very significant over the course of a set, right? And we've got a Ryler versus Dutch.
Yeah, I love how we had a Chum Buddy earlier, and now we have an Alu Peep, so we're just getting all the VTuber representation.
Nice.
Shui, that's a big kick to the face.
Whoa. Interesting choice there.
Yeah, very interesting, but it worked.
It did. I've never seen anyone do that in response to a cross-up like that, so it's very strong.
I mean, I understand what Dutch is trying to do, but unfortunately, Ryer is a much faster character. Gets the command grab at the end. Should not do enough to kill. No, still has a little bit of health.
Ooh, just take the mixer to the face, right?
Not much. Jesus.
You know,
Akiha
like
can do a lot of damage.
She can. Part of it's like what you want to do is, like, Akiha, her setups, like, they force you to shield.
Right.
And in this version, especially as shield has gotten a little bit weaker, you can kind of pay attention to it, right? But it becomes kind of a shielding game. And Ryler, really good awareness there to shield and then get that big combo.
Yeah, so it looks like we had the name switched at first. So Dutch is on Akiha and Ryer is on Koma. But still getting into it, he...
Ah, I see. Zubaz.
It's Zubaz. So it's none of the above.
They're changing the shape before our very eyes. And as they become Zubaz, they become powered up, clearly.
I mean, the name, it was the name power-up.
It's all about name, right?
Oh, definitely. All right, getting back into this. So what's interesting to me, I mean, by this point, pretty much everybody knows that Koma has the most health of any character in the game. But Akiha also has a ton of health.
Right. She's a sturdy girl.
She is, which is always really surprising to me, because she seems like she'd be one of the more fragile characters because of the setups that she can do, but nope, she's a strong girl.
Yeah, you know, she drinks her milk and she's got strong bones, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it didn't
Oh.
work. Yeah, went for a reversal command throw. They're just too far away. Yeah, in the lore, they're cousins, I think. Koma and Akiha. I don't know about the current lore, but at least in the old school lore.
Melty lore is lore.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in that.
But that might be why she's so sturdy, right?
That is true. All right, set up with a Brilliant Wheel, and then just side switch, gets hit with a low. Brilliant Wheel going to catch again, and there was a nice little throw in there as well.
Ooh,
Oh
just goes,
my
you know,
God.
the raw low. I like it.
It's so much aggression. Akiha is a really fast character with fast startup on her buttons, so this is a great way to counter somebody like Koma.
Okay.
All right.
No, he's got so much
Oh,
armor there, right?
yeah.
You can't handle it the normal way.
No, definitely not.
That super gives him like basically a hyper armor for a little while, and so you can't hit him with regular moves.
No, you can't. Oh,
Okay.
committed to a button, and Dutch just able to counter hit it. Dutch definitely showing what we've been talking about, that when they get a hit, they are very consistent, and so they
Right.
know their routing.
Nice anti-air.
Switches sides, switch sides again, grab, finisher.
Good shield, but it lost.
I loved that shield too. I was like, that's a great idea.
Yeah,
And
that
then,
was such
no,
a
it
good shield,
wasn't.
but it lost. Crazy.
I'm actually really surprised that it did. And then just the wheel setup and trying to charge afterwards, but
Nice.
just gets anti-aired.
Yeah, that anti-air, it's not the fastest, but it is huge, right? And it goes
Yes.
forward, so one of those things that can catch certain types of jump-ins.
Oh. Until I play her, I'm like, I forget that she's got a command grab super.
Yeah, and it increases the amount of blue health she has, too, so she gains
Right.
a little bit of recoverable health. Or health that can be recovered.
Yes. All right.
Wake up arc drive.
Oh. That is a choice. It's going to do it's not going to even it up, but it's definitely going to bring it a lot closer.
Heat.
The heat comes out, aggressive back into the corner.
Nice air throw
Ooh,
attack.
wow, yeah, that was very...
Very rare.
Oh, yeah, it was instant, too.
Yeah, you don't see them that often in this game.
All right, throw comes out afterward. Doesn't have enough to close out with a bar, but I don't know if they need it. They did
Ooh.
need it. That's unfortunate. They just got it.
Ooh.
Oh.
So went for the hyper armor there, but you still take damage, right? So
Right. That was a very interesting matchup. Like, a lot of people, especially with Scrot having played Koma through the grand finals of the Melty Blood official U.S. tournament, they were like, oh, wow, Koma, he's such a strong character. But then you come up against different players who play, because everybody's going to play a character differently.
Right.
And you see something like that, and you're like, oh, maybe he's not as strong as I thought he was, because a lot of people, you don't see a lot of Akiha. And to have somebody play Akiha so dominantly with such strong routing, sometimes it changes your outlook on those characters.
yeah, exactly. And Koma's one of those characters whose the potential is very high, right? Because
Right.
he does have, on the paper, he's got everything, but he's also got certain weaknesses too, right? So
He certainly does.
I do like him as a character, especially like in Type Lumina is probably the strongest Koma has ever been in a Melty Blood game, probably. He's like, especially in older Melty Blood, he's common like pretty low to mid tier, but he's really solid in this game. And in this version of the game, especially, they added the ability to do like more complex routing. Previously, he was kind of a character. Oh, I hit you 3 times. That's my combo, right? In this game, as you saw, Koma has long combos where he's switching sides like 3 times now, right? So he's actually like a character who has long routing. He built lots of meter with it too, and he's got like one of the few characters with a command throw. So very high option character.
So now, Fajita, who we saw earlier, is back with that really cool Mario, and going to be going up against Dez, who is playing Koma.
Yeah, good choice, I would say, from a purely matchup perspective. As you saw earlier, like that anti-air can be really good against characters who don't just like jump in normally. Characters who kind of jump in with like a strong normal, Koma can anti-air them with that, right? But characters who have kind of like stubbier like jump-ins like that can be an option for them.
So I'm really interested, just because we just saw a Koma on screen, how it's going to go differently for Dez. So already you're seeing it's a lot more aggression, but it's also a lot more passive from Fajita.
I do think that, we'll see, but good usage of the maid there to get the hit. Sorry, I keep calling her a maid because classically, when there were 2 maids, we called the assist one a maid, but it is in fact a nun.
They are, in fact, nuns. Soprano, mezzo, and alto. random thing that I know.
Right? Random thing about, it's relatively musically themed, right?
It is. Mario is a musician for the church, I believe. Okay. Comes in with the punch nun. It's such a great way to like just get your spacing with punch nun. The sword nun coming out. I love the way Vegeta's like, please don't touch me, and then Des just ran in and is here to murder.
Yeah, cool air dash combo there. Gets a good ender. Oh, I saw the shield, but it didn't hold it long enough. Maybe just mistimed it.
Yeah, one of those things where guessing it was mistimed, and then on the recovery of the shield, Des just ate it.
Yeah. B follow-up. Rising normal from Fajita. Interesting choice.
Good catch for Fajita there as well. So if you're unfamiliar with Mario, you haven't seen him, the sword nun remains on the screen at all times, and the ones with the other weapons he can call.
Good setup here. Maybe this time we'll get that heat baited properly. Yeah. Again,
no.
but...
Yeah, but I saw the shield just like you said.
Yeah.
Oh, that whiff. No, I wanted to see Noelle.
It's one of those things where, like, because what Des is doing there is a specific option select. When he whiffed because of the heat invincibility, a shield comes out immediately from it, right?
Yeah.
But the timing is just not working out.
No, Fajita got caught, just blocking wrong, which is unfortunate because they've been doing really well.
Hyper armor setup into throw.
Yep.
So,
ow, my face.
Is he dead from the OTG? Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good. He knew exactly how much damage it would take.
That's good. The activation of the armor was really important in that fight because it allowed them to just maintain their advantage in the corner.
My
and
goodness,
now
Dez's combos are beautiful.
Yeah, like Des is feeling it now.
Yeah, good counter confirm.
All right. Activate armor after this. No, went for the overhead. Went into the low now. They could just close him over with a super if they wanted to. Nope. We got Moondrive activation, and there is the arc drive tip.
Maybe Q?
No. Somebody, it's probably Scrot, was screaming in the audience. Blood heat activation. Oh my gosh. If this comes all the way back, I will lose it.
Gotta be
That's
careful
so
here.
much damage.
Yeah.
That's 50% of Koma's health. There she is. Oh, that's the best arc drive in the game. 5.8k for that.
Huge damage, yeah. And immediate turnaround on the health totals, basically, right?
It was. I mean, now where Des was doing so well.
Nice
shield on the side. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, getting zoned out here.
And then Fajita takes it all the way back from that really detrimental start.
Yeah, and as you saw, you could do a ton of damage with Mario, right? Especially spending all the resources in Blood Heat. So able to call it back there, right?
Right.
And when we thought, Des, Des got it, right? But, at the end of the day, once again, if you leave your opponent with a Pixel and Melty Blood, they could come all the way back to win it.
They definitely can. And that's the thing about this game is that there's so many opportunities to make a comeback just because of the way that the game mechanics work.
Yeah, because, there's recoverable health. There's, everyone has a reversal, right? So it's one of those things about this game that you can't ever underestimate.
No. Des now, though, all that confidence seems to have evaporated. They do get some damage here.
The drop.
That's unfortunate. Stuck in the corner, was able to block there, but a very sketchy situation. Oh, imagine slapping the nuns.
Oh, Mario came in for revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, now for Heat Eater, match point. At first, I thought, Des was, really strong showing so far, but right now, Heat Eater is a really strong reversal of fates, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, but like you said, strong combos coming out from Des. They did drop the end of that one. They're trying to just get some anti or something up Fajita, but I really do feel like with the turn of events in the previous game, it's just lost a lot of confidence.
Yeah, sometimes when you get like a round stolen from you, it's a good time to kind of just like be like, you know what, that's just how the game is, right?
Right.
But you do need to reset your brain. Even if you tell yourself you're chill, sometimes you're not, right? Sometimes you just have to take a little time.
Right. Des is sitting on 4 bars of Magic Circuit only because they have not been able to use it. They went fishing to try and get rid of, get some advantage. They hit the nun, took it out a little bit. A heat comes out from Vegeta, very aggressive just to reset that pressure, and that's it.
Yeah, Des never able to quite get back in there. And we saw there was like some hesitation too, as you mentioned, right? Because we saw an earlier interaction like mid-round right there. Des had run past the nun and got in on Fajita again, but instead of just punishing, jumped for some reason, right? So we don't know what Des saw necessarily there, but as you mentioned before, sometimes when you lose a round in a really critical fashion, sometimes your heart rate just goes up, or like you just feel different about like how you're playing. You can play a little bit just differently, even though you're not aware of it, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, and even if you're like practicing this sort of situation where you're like, I know that I got hit by this, and now I'm gonna do it differently. You kind of get stuck in that feedback loop of I'm not gonna get hit by that thing that I just got hit by, and then you're focusing on something that happened and not what is currently happening, and you just get stuck because you're not reacting to what's actually happening on screen.
Yeah, and that's why fighting games are so good too, right? Because they are like a real-time strategy game and like an action game at the same time. There's just so much you can do mentally while you're playing the game in real time that can really trip you up, right? And that's one of those things that really sets fighting games apart. And the games like Melty Blood too, where there's so much momentum in it, right? And how that plays out in your decision making is really one of the keys of the game, I'd say.
It is, and then too, you have all of that factor within the game, but with the era of online, and we do have all of the opportunities to play on so many online tournaments, be it weeklies or monthlies, and there's so many things available to play in. When you're actually sitting next to the person you're playing, it's a totally different atmosphere.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, I probably play better offline than online because when I'm online, I'm like in my room, I'm chilling. I'm pretty much just like relaxing in my room. And oftentimes I lose my battle intensity, right? Like, if I lose this, it doesn't matter. And then I'm like, wait, I'm out of the tournament? I didn't even like feel like I was playing a game yet, right? But
right.
That's just one of those things that's different. And then when you get here, there's like a different level of intensity, right? Some
It
people,
is.
when you play, you like drop things that you weren't ready to drop because you just weren't, the crowd noise and things like that. It can be really distracting depending on what your home environment's like too. And so
that's very, very true. And there's all sorts of different factors, even being in this room, like, there's a lot of people, but if you've never been to an offline event, which, with the era of online, like we're several years past the pandemic happened, it was a thing.
Yeah, thing.
And so when you come into these events, like you may not know that a lot of these setups don't have speakers.
Mm-hmm.
So you cannot, unless you bring a headset or something like that, or you're prepared in that sort of set, you can't hear the game.
Yeah, and oftentimes I'm prepared. You have to prepare to play a game with no sound sometimes.
That's true.
Even if you bring a headset, the equipment may not work, right? That's just that's the nature of the game sometimes where, just like in real sports or whatever, sometimes it's just raining and like you just got to deal with it, right?
It's true.
So, I wouldn't have lost if it wasn't raining, but that's just how it goes sometimes. You just have to compete.
And you just have to adapt as
Yeah,
well.
exactly.
And that's what sets a lot of these players apart is that their ability, and it's come up as their ability to adapt to what's happening in-game, its ability to adapt to your environment.
Right.
There's just so much that happens that can affect the way you play. Did you sleep well? When did you get here? Did you have a time change? We've been very fortunate that we have had some international competition come out here this weekend as well to represent from multitudes of different countries. And so you got to know those sorts of things.
Yeah, I really miss that about that too because oftentimes there's different eras of fighting games, right? And like oftentimes, depending on who is the best player, different factors change everything, right? So, for example, you've got your players overseas. They come over here, they're jet lagged.
Right.
But, some people are just degenerates anyway, and so they just sleep at random times, and so they're fine. You never know. That's the kind of preparedness that you never know can come into factor, where just being at an offline event is just one of the best things. And especially if you haven't yet, now that things are starting to open up a little more, if you can make some plans to come out and you haven't been out before, I do recommend checking it out, even a local. But, Frosty's is my first event post restrictions, and I feel like I want to come back every year.
Frosty was the first event in 2018 I ever went to ever. It was my first offline experience. I remember. Oh, so we have we'll get back to that story later. Hold up. Remind me. Anyway, long and the short of that is come to offline. It's crazy. It's going to be so good. You will not regret it. I never did. And now I go to everything.
Well, and now that we've successfully distracted from the fact that we had no matches, we now have Witcher's RNGG.
Yes. So we're back. We're back with the thing that we saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matches ago. So we're going to see the history and Saber run back. As a reminder, Wishy took that 2-1.
Mm-hmm. And it was a really close game. I think that, like, a lot of games, too, you could never count either player out of it.
Right.
After one hit, either, like, the other player could get into a position where, okay, the next hit wins this round now. And then the situation would reverse. And it's like, okay, now the other person can win with one hit. So I'm really glad to see with this round back. I'm Very interested to see what further adaptations both players have made. Because, first game of the tournament, you're on stream. Maybe you're not warmed up. Maybe now that both players have gotten a little warmed up, they're going to play a little bit differently.
Yeah, and they've had the opportunity to play more people within their pools, so the confidence level could be totally different. Hisui is doing a dance.
Yeah, the good use of the vibration tech right there to, lure the opponent.
Tech.
Yeah. Gotta lure your opponent into a false sense of security. Good uses of that to set up a move. But again, right there, RNG just made a lot of hay with just swinging right there and catching the jump out from Wishy.
Right. Launch afterwards. Oh, catches the toes. That was really nice from RNGG.
Yeah.
And just like I was mentioning earlier, the average player is going to be able to get anywhere between 3.5 and 4.5k, and that was 4.3, which against Hisui is a significant amount of damage.
Raw hits that end in an air hit like that, because I think Wishy had backdash there.
Yes.
Oftentimes those do the most damage because you don't have to spend extra hits to get them in the air to do combos.
Right. Ooh.
Spends a meter. Yeah, it looks like caught the throw there. Because we mentioned earlier, they were also really good at reading each other's throws.
They are.
Maybe RNGG has changed to just going to hard bait the throw with moves like that.
Oh, recovery in the air. I wish he could have. Well, they caught them. Backdash now. The backdash is what was getting RNGG in so much trouble earlier, so I'd like to see a little bit less of that.
Oh, wow. Good confirm.
It was a very fast confirm, too.
Nice. The triple overhead. The third one always works.
Okay. Get the launch. Yep, gonna spend the bar this time. Nice. And then overhead, but... Oh, yeah, just go for the third. Because, honestly, RNGG was doing a great job blocking. Might as well.
Nice. I think that's a good adaptation there from RNGG. Remember that we should like to go to the pot to stop the jump out?
Yes.
This time just swung against it, knowing the pot only hits above, right?
Again, good adaptations from both of these players. Very advantageous move there for Saber.
Yeah. Many characters could just spend a bar to keep going.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things you're seeing right here.
Okay.
But good defense. That's one of the rewarding things of defense. In this game, you can block forever, right? You don't get punished for blocking, as long as you don't get hit. And right there, kind of force RNG to spend 2 meters, even though they did get hit.
Okay, and there was the pot that you were talking about. RNGG gets caught by it this time. Witchy does not spend any of that magic circuit, so they're going to come into this very strong.
Exactly.
Oh,
okay.
Lamp.
Yeah, again, another adaptation. Went for the lantern instead, right? Because they know that, okay, well, you're going to try to swing against my throw. This time I'm going to throw the projectile straight on instead.
And I like that Wishy used the recovery for that Saber had to push them all the way into the corner, too. And now we are going Space Ghost coast to coast and going back into the other corner.
Okay. Hell heat, blood heat.
Yep.
Whoa, that was so dangerous.
Why would you do that?
If you shield anything in blood hit, you get a last arc. And that's just a huge damage super that hits everywhere. So, really gutsy, but it worked out.
That was so risky from Wishy. That really threw me off. Lots of clash frames there. RNGG going to be able to come out on top of that.
Okay. Air combo. So the fake overhead into low.
Oh my gosh. Called out that time. I think RNGG was going for an overhead and then Wishy just able to capitalize.
Yeah, very, you sometimes just use your fastest move. It's the fastest.
That makes sense. Mathematically.
Yeah. If I use a faster move, I'll be faster.
I was like, based on math, that is correct, and I'm not good at math. Okay, jumps over all of the household objects this time.
Yeah,
and
good air.
yeah, Wishy going to be able to take an early lead in this round.
Saber's a relatively high damage character, as you can see. No punish on the heat.
No. Okay. Chair this time, and then overhead.
Yeah, good, just good spacing there, right? Staying just out of range. Goes for the corner carry.
Okay. What's the setup here? Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Dashed back in. I thought that RNGG was going to go for a low, and I think Wishy did as well.
So only one more hit, maybe a throw even. Staying patient, though. Yeah, good patience.
Yeah, very. I like the way RNGG played that round. It was just so much... It was assertive, but it wasn't unnecessarily aggressive.
Yeah. Okay. Again, Wishy has shown pretty good defense on this set so far, right? Very patient there. Waited for the throw attack before we go back in.
All right, we have the cake table set up in the launch afterwards. Oh,
Okay.
that was the thing that Wishy kept doing earlier, was the side switches and then being a bit ambiguous with that setup. Got a tiny little charge in there as well. RNGG, though, is just playing a lot more solidly than they were the first time that we saw them on stream.
Okay. Good use of the saber spacing there. Catch the low.
All right. Okay, just going to spend 1 bar there. Keeps the corner advantage. Had a little bit of a dash back. The moon drive into a shield.
Ooh.
And then RNGG jumping out of the corner after being putting in it. So Wishy is just kind of stuck here and has to keep blocking. Does RNGG go for a throw, or are they just going to keep driving for the hit? Oh!
Okay, good trade. I would notice that, like, Wishy had Moondrive activated, but did not go back to the EX ladle, right? Drop combo there. 18 seconds.
This is getting really close to the wire. The dust is set up. Now it's off screen, so RNGG has to make a decision pretty soon, or they're going to time out.
Whoa!
Okay, that's
Whoa.
a decision.
Yeah, made a miss there. Might want to go for heat here to stop the timer, or go for super.
Yeah, I don't know if Super's going to kill because of the scaling.
3
No.
seconds.
RNGG just has to stand here.
Good heat.
Oh,
it
what
stopped
a
the timer,
heat.
yeah. Oh, but got hit.
Oh, that with 2 seconds, RNGG going to take that round.
Yeah, that was a gutsy heat, right? To stop the timer, get a little health back, but ended up getting caught, and very clutch round there from RNGG.
So we were in this situation in the very first game. So Wishy took the first one, RNGG took the second, and so then Wishy took the third. Are we going to see the reverse of this?
You can't really say it this way, but RNG had a very dominant second round, though, right? Even a perfect, so
Yeah,
may have all the momentum right now. And as you saw, Melty's all about momentum, right?
it very much is, and I think we've seen that in every set. Oh, the clash!
Good exchange on the clash there. Wishy's normal, a bit faster.
All right, the table set up, and then the throw afterwards. That time, shield the incoming. But it doesn't matter because Wishy is going to be the one to take advantage of it.
Another knockdown. Wow! Good challenge from RNGG, but he dropped the combo.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
went in for the toes. This is looking really, really good for Wishy right now. He's going to get the EX table set up and closes out that round. So RNGG has all of the everything, all of the moon, all of the magic circuit. If they're able to get a hit, they could do a lot of damage. But once again, I feel like they're feeling the pressure and they're putting themselves in this very passive position and just getting hit.
Yeah. I guess it wasn't about momentum. They're doing your turn, my turn, you know? It's my turn to do combo this time.
But I would also like to see you doing combos this time. Like, don't let this go the same way. And that's the sort of thing that I feel like we're seeing, is that mental stack starting to come into play. Like, oh, I was in this situation. Now I got to win. I can prove that I did better. And you're not playing the game anymore.
Oh, good punish there.
Good, though.
Yeah, punish the overcommitment by Wishy there.
Okay.
Just for the corner carry.
That was
Nice.
really nice. Oh, no.
Yeah, big drop again.
That's unfortunate. Did not do anything even after the BC coming out from Wishy. But RNGG regaining their composure, and they are getting a good combo in here. Was able to keep it going, too. So a good 4-ish. Well, not 39.5. It's close enough.
Got to the corner position. Another counter hit. And this combo will probably barely leave Wishy barely alive, right? Unless it goes for a super.
Ooh, nope. That's...
Arc drive.
But that was a really good use of the resources that RNGG had. Go ahead and spend it. You put it. And now we're 1-1, 1-1. So down to the wire.
Nice. Just challenging the IKEA, right? Just attack before the projectiles land.
Okay.
The jump. Good patience from Wishy here. Whoa.
Oh, yeah. This is... But a really good blocking coming out of RNGG as well. Oh, backdash. Could have gotten caught, but it was slightly out of RNGG's range.
Very patient from Wishy here. Is just blocking all the air dash. All the air dash pressure. Forces RNGG to spend a bar, but again, tries to jump. RNGG catches it.
Okay. This is really strong position for RNGG to be with, but Wishy has so many resources to work with. One hit could totally change it, and this could be the thing that turns it all around. Commentator's blessing, my friend. There you go.
Gonna spend some of that meter.
Throw afterwards, side switch, and then the immediate moon drive to see where...
Nice bait!
They did it! They finally did it! I love it! And then they're going to take this game.
Really good hard bait right there on the... Didn't want to, sometimes a hard bait is like the right answer because I know this is going to be the right answer. I know it's really gutsy, but I know it's the right answer. And you just saw right there. It's sometimes like the easiest option, even though it's not the strongest, can pay off the most. Because if you have such a good read, you can pay it off with like an easy combo just to kill, right? So,
yeah.
really good choice.
It made me so happy that was the thing that finally, like the heats had been, back and forth, and nobody was getting a big advantage in between those two, not in the first set we saw with them, and then finally got a good bait, and that was what allowed the win.
Yeah, exactly. Great gameplay from both players there. And RNGG, having a character arc here in this tournament, right?
I'm seeing the growth.
Yeah, exactly. So, we started the tournament off with that, and RNGG able to, I believe, qualify in losers for what I saw in the bracket, but I'll have to double check that later. But up next, it looks like we've got Lucy versus Dutch.
So the last time we saw Dutch, they were playing that Akiha against the Koma. Very impressive. Lucy is a whole other beast.
Yeah, it's a complete wild card, right? We don't even know what character Lucy will go with here.
No. So I like to write down like who plays what, and a lot of the times with players that I've seen a lot, I can write down, okay, I know they're gonna play XYZ. Lucy, I always just leave blank. I'm like, I don't know. It's a roulette.
And Lucy may just use that knowledge. It's difficult to prepare for Lucy. If Lucy's in your bracket, you don't know what character they're gonna play, right? So
you have no idea. I mean, right now over Hisui, but only because they were getting some water. So and then okay,
Vlav.
I mean, I've seen Lucy play Vlav. It is a strong pick for Lucy. This is not out of nowhere. It's definitely a character that they can do well with. And I like, on paper, Vlav against Akiha just because of the range differential.
Exactly, and I do think that Akiha, when her projectiles are not effective in the matchup, she is kind of a short-range character.
Right.
And so you might see that play out mostly in this matchup here.
Yeah. Oh my God, there's the walk-up throw. Do it again. I dare you to do it again.
Another one.
Oh, not that time. Uses the blowback edge. Drops the combo, though. Fire can go ahead and kill.
Yeah, and unfortunately, nothing. We didn't really see much from Akiha there, right? It's probably because Vlav is very much neutralizing what Akiha is very good at. But this time, with the super jump, managed to get in.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with Vlav is that the startup on all of the buttons are very, very long and very punishable if you do the super jump like Dutch did.
Uses the EX to add pressure. Good throw tech.
All right, all of the double downs coming out from Vlav. Shield, nothing. Lucy decides to just charge a little bit.
Yeah, we've got the life lead. Oh, throw baited.
Yeah, and then the overhead going to give a lot of damage here for Lucy. Came in. Oh, that was really risky. Are we going to get another throw again? Nope.
Both moon drive, shielded.
And then BC afterwards. Okay, that was a really good use of all of that moon drive. Used a ton of moon skills to get a lot of damage there, and so Dutch kind of hurting and not getting a lot out of their own moon drive.
Yeah, and it's, of course, like one of the ideas is that, the faster you spend it all, the faster you can build it up again, right?
Exactly. So now we are getting to see Dutch play some. So still a very strong player in this bracket. The Brilliant Wheel is set up.
Nice.
Lucy stood up, and then Dutch got the low. Should be able to clean this up. Yep.
Yeah, spends a meter, got to make sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, that's something that newer, less experienced players don't do. They won't spend the meter because they're like, oh, I'll need it for the next round. But you get meter fairly quickly in this game. You definitely want to bait a heat.
Yeah.
That's not what I was going to say, but it's what worked for Lucy. Going to get this damage, spends 1 bar, and gets a small charge of their own, so now that they can do moon drive whenever they want, and this is a really scary position to be in.
Yeah, across the screen, it's got great projectiles. You're just stuck here pretty much, right?
Oh yeah, once that starts, you just might as well die.
Yeah, and as new Melty Blood players, like, how come his moves are completely different now? Well, Vlav is a character where he starts with fire, and then in the second round, if he loses a round, he changes the ice. So his projectile properties change completely.
Yes, they do.
He's almost a different character, you could say. His normals are the same, though. Just a special moves change. Okay, good opener for Dutch. Goes for the low.
This is a really strong round start for Dutch. Okay, backdash, and then right after the confirm, Lucy goes ahead and gets moon drive. Gonna get some nice damage from this backdash, and then just goes in once again for the 2A.
Yeah, the jump into low is just one of those scary mixes where you think they're gonna do high, but they land and do low, right?
Oh, shielded once again. Lucy just using all the brain cells to punish.
Yeah, like that's one of those things where you're kind of like, because he's got so much Blob has such a range advantage. When you're doing the mix-up, you're kind of just waiting for a point to do something right there, right? So it gives you a lot of opportunities to go for heats like that, because it's like, oh, we're just waiting to see if they do anything. Oh, they heated? Oh, I guess we'll just shield it.
Yeah, okay, backdash gets away from the shield. Shields the Brilliant Wheel in the air, taking a lot of moon, and then an aggressive heat from Lucy. Got back all of the health. And once again going just able to get it with a 2C.
Yeah, great fireball to protect the air, and then on the ground forces it.
Oh my god, that charge JC was forever.
Yeah, many active frames.
Oh, it's so active. All right, fire comes out, another charge. Lucy just always wants to make sure that they have the Moondrop available, because it's such a necessary tool for their gameplay.
It's a really good reversal, clearly, because it just lets you pause. Let's see what's going on.
Oh!
Okay, good air dash.
Yeah. I really like the way Dutch has been using the air approach to punish when Lucy does something like the ground fire, because it's so punishable.
Just shield on the heat there. Got plenty of meters. Gonna spend some on arc drive.
Okay.
Or miss it.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, you don't like to see that.
No, you definitely don't. And Lucy just able to jump out of the corner with no punish. Tech, though, on the grab.
This is scary.
It is very scary.
Nice.
Oh, good punish there. Very good punish from Dutch.
Yeah, I saw that, another good air dash to get in. They really, kind of thread the needle. But now you got to deal with ice.
Which is, I think it's like everyone's nightmare when you're playing against Blob. You're like, please, no.
Yeah, it's like his projectiles are so fast, and they can really catch you off guard.
They are, and the ones that go into the air, they're bigger. They cover more space.
Nice shield.
Once again.
Oh,
no, that's...
Yeah, I was about to say, Akiha, when she gets a shield A like that, she gets a lot of damage.
Oh, and that time Lucy did not shield the incoming heat from Dutch, but Dutch is not going to be able to get much health back. And matter of fact, they came out negative for that.
Shielding those. You do get Moon Mirror for that.
Okay. Little charge, and able to cancel into the C version of that. Drops at the very end, and then just a punish out of Lucy. Well done. You win.
I did think that Dutch was starting to play better there. I liked that the movement was starting to get a little more crisp, right? And I think there was a couple situations where I think that Dutch had the opportunity to block an air projectile and not get punished. So one of the things about Vlad that people consider very strong about him is that if you block an air projectile, like when the ice goes up, he can punish you just by supering. You're stuck in block stun, and in Melty Blood, you can't block some moves that are from the ground when you're in the air. So you're stuck in block stun from the ice, and then you're just forced to get hit on the ground. But he didn't have meter most of the times, right? So
that is true.
Very aggressive from Dutch. I really liked how it went out, but ultimately, even though the situation was pretty good, Lucy, reacted with good, anti-airs, right? So that's what ended up sealing the deal.
All right, so we're close to wrapping up this block of pools, but we're going to go ahead and go to a quick ad break. But stay right here. We'll be back with more Melty Blood right after this.
All right, see you guys soon.
To pieces again and again and again.
Black Dahlia.
Going down. Don't blink. I've got a job. Yes, time to start the party. Listen up, bunnies. This is Black Dahlia. Coming soon.
Dragon Ball Battle Hour is coming to Las Vegas on March 4th and 5th. Come see the finals for Dragon Ball Fighters, Dragon Ball Super Card Game, and Dragon Ball Legends to find out who the world champion is. Register as a spectator for free at the Start GG event page and score some original Dragon Ball goodies, like t-shirts, knapsacks, stickers, and more. Hitbox brings you new ways to take control of the game. Head over to hitboxarcade.com/FFXV where you can order the Hitbox, Smashbox, and Crossup. Texas Showdown. With 20 tournaments on the roster for 2023, this is the event to be at if you're into anime fighters or Great Houston food. Super TSB, featuring 5 main tournament titles: Exerd, Strive, BBCF, KOF 15, and DNF Duel. Homebrew Haven, presented by Butt69 and the Moorhead FGC, with $100 pot bonuses for all games. There'll be tons of side games like Smash Ultimate, PM Remix, Skullgirls, and many more. Turning Point. Compete in Guilty Gear Strive, Tekken 7, or Super Smash Bros., and prepare for one of the first big Street Fighter 6 events of the summer. Paradise Arcade Shop, a leading source of controller innovation. The original all-button thin controller, the first mobile fight stick app, the first short-throw cherry buttons, and many other cutting-edge controller innovations. MDF, Magical Defense Force, is a magical girl action comedy kinetic novel featuring 9 chapters of a 24-chapter story and over 500 unique art assets. Don't forget to grab your official Frosty Faustings merchandise. With styles for everyone, you can show your pride for one of Chicago's longest-running FGC events. Frosty Faustings has Matcherino pages for all 25 main games, with 100% of the money going to the players. You're watching Frosty Faustings 15. Here's our schedule for today.
All right, and we're back with Frosty Faustings 2023 more Melty Blood type Lumina pools. So as the pools are starting to wind down, the player quality is going up and up, right? So
It really is.
yeah. And as you may or may not know this, but this is a double elimination tournament. So as you play, the players who aren't playing as well, they get eliminated, and what you're left with is players that are stronger and stronger as you go, right? So
Right. So we are left with some really strong players that are coming up
Exactly.
right now. So Rakir, who played MASH earlier, against Hyde, who we haven't seen yet, but if you're familiar with the Melty Blood scene, you've seen Hyde.
yeah. Now, I'm very interested to see where this will go because I do think that Rakir played pretty early in the match we
is
watched
true.
early, right? So there's a little bit of drops that we saw from him earlier, but maybe he's cleaned it up at this point, right?
Right. So Hyde on the Roa. Roa, a very popular character, but not one that we've seen on stream in this bracket.
Yeah, that's true. You expect more road, but they're adding more characters to the game, right? So maybe former road players switch to another one of the new characters at this point.
I mean, the new characters do suit that style, that rushdown style very well.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, but Roa is still so incredibly strong, and it's clear why we see him so frequently in these brackets. Rakir was doing a great job at first, and just like that, Hyde is taking the train, running away with it, and we get a heat coming out of Rakir, though, to reverse the situation.
Okay, spends all the heat meter. Oh,
dropped it.
But not
That's
punished.
unfortunate. Reversal comes out there. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's
Rakir
a lot of
doing a
damage.
great job.
Heat. That was BC.
Oh, and then committed to the shield. Oh, that could have been so much more damage, though.
Okay, this probably won't kill, but it's gonna put Hyde in a very good position.
Okay, oh, and then a heat in return. Oh, but what a
Wow.
punish out of Hyde.
I think Rakir might have tried to do the shield charge there, but then, lightning can be a little faster than shield charges sometimes. But might have tagged it before it got active.
Nice combo here in the corner from Rakir. Not letting the previous round affect them, but this is kind of where Hyde was at before and was able to take the round. Hyde has not been able to play the video game at all, though.
Mom says it's my turn. I'm heating.
Yep. And then what a punish. Fatal counter as well, getting a little bit of that extra damage. Spends the rest and does not miss.
Yeah. As I mentioned before, like a lot of combos that do spend all that meter like that, especially with the arc drive, can do up to 5,000. Like you mentioned.
But Rakir immediately taking their turn back, sending Hyde into the corner, and this is where they did so much damage before. Moondrive comes out, and they
Ooh,
committed to a
good
low
bait.
shield. No!
Yeah.
Owie.
Yeah, I like the kind of delay there to kind of just low shield. I guess I'll dive.
Okay. Wow. Caught a backdash coming out of Rakir. High, but jump rest of the combo. And then this is allowing Rakir again.
Oh!
What is this dropsies? Guys, I was talking about how good you are. Clean it up.
And Rakir, as if on cue, lands a dive into a moon drive.
Good.
Combo
Clean it
there.
up. There we go. All right. Corner just protecting all of the options.
Wow.
Does not do anything with the moon drive. Does get hit by it. And moon drive in return, and then heat for heat as well.
Okay, good confirm here from Rakir. Waits for the heat to gonna go down there. Because when in this game, when you heat, your meter turns blue, right? And it
Right.
just drains slowly, but you have unlimited meter while you still have it.
Right, that's why we so often see people going into an arc drive when they have a sliver of that left.
Yeah, exactly. You want to use it while you have it. Oh, here's the situation for it, right? But decides to go for the regular extension instead. Don't necessarily need to use it. Just because you have it doesn't mean you have to spend it, right?
That is true. You can use it as a threat.
Exactly. Good shield there. And now Hyde has the advantage here. Situationally, safe heat.
Very safe heat. That was nice. They didn't get a ton out of it since it was only one bar, which was fine. And then able to punish. Hyde takes the first game.
Yeah, that's one of the things about this game, Melty Blood especially. Air dash mix-ups are one of those things where they're not that fast,
Right.
but then they force your opponent to you get another block string if you're successful with it, and also just force them to stay awake, basically, right?
Right. Rakir committing to these shields, I think, a little too soon, and it's giving Hyde their opportunities for comebacks. Because really, by all rights, Hyde should have died fairly early on in that last round and
Right.
was given the opportunity to come back because of the shield. And that time, the fatal counter because Rakir was holding shield in the air.
That's one of the most difficult things to do, actually, to punish DC like that. Will this kill? No.
No.
Scaling.
But just the throw will. Absolutely.
Yeah. At that point, it's like, well, I'm at Pixel. I might as well just throw it out there, right?
Right. Okay, dash, dash, and then incoming.
Yeah, that shield charge is very good because so many clash frames, right? It goes right through
Right. This is a nice start for Rakir. But, wow, again, Rakir committing to the shield. Hyde saw it, goes and punishes with the overhead. This is allowing them so much more damage.
Okay. Good tech there. That's one of the things Rakir's going to be really good at, tech throwing.
All right. Then shield again. But this time Rakir comes out on top of that exchange.
Yeah, catches the landing there.
Right, the dive, and then overhead, and then, oh my goodness, so much pressure.
Nice
and that
shield.
time the shield comes out. This is a really desperate situation for Hyde. They may have one more exchange, but they may not, depending on what Rakir decides to do.
Okay, nice catch on the jump out, but
Oh my gosh.
let Hyde out.
That is really unfortunate for Rakir. I mean, Hyde is still one hit from
Ooh.
death, but Rakir is taking a ton of damage here, and Hyde built up a bar, gonna spend it here, yep, that's what I was about to say. They
Nice.
have enough for Moondrive if they want a challenge, and then able to take it?
Nice. Good
Wow.
usage of resources there, right? Yeah, that was gutsy, but, once again, a pixel doesn't matter, right? If you're not dead, then you can still win an Melty Blood. Because it's all about minimum. You can just make three good reads in a row and you can win, right? So that's just exactly how it played out right there.
And it was frightening, too, the way that Hyde was able to keep their wits about them and just continue to pressure where Rakir is probably thinking, I just need a tap. If I
Yeah.
5A this guy, if I breathe on him wrong, he's going to die. And that can adversely affect you. And whether it did or not, Rakir still went down 2-0.
Yeah, it's one of those things. That's what Roa is really good at, is that Roa, as you saw, is really good at that really low air dash mix-up. And, as soon as you have, a small gap, you want to mix it in there to force your opponent to stay awake. But at the same time, the answer to that is just a mash, right?
Mm-hmm.
So even though that, he could die from any mash at all, Rakir was probably too afraid to commit or committed incorrectly, and that's how Hyde was able to take it, even though he was in such a dire situation.
It was very cool to see. So Hyde moving on from that. But next we have CG versus Storytime. CG, our local Emiya cosplayer, always comes up looking like Emiya.
Yeah.
Wears that
Fresh out of Uniqlo, as they say.
Exactly. He's just trying to will more Fate characters into the game. Very strong player, was part of the top 24 for the Melty Blood US Finals.
Mm-hmm.
Did very well, Tono player. just a really strong, well-rounded player.
Okay. Yeah, and like Tono, I would say takes a lot of discipline to play because
Yes.
he's very solid if you choose to be solid with him, learn all the options, and really practice a lot of his different like option selects, difficult inputs, right? Or you could just YOLO with him, which is like not quite as good, but he's still very strong because he has such dominant normals, right? So
Yes, he does. I'm just interested to see what Storytime does against this. I mean, obviously, we're pretty deep into the bracket at this point, so you're a strong player in your own right, but against somebody who is so practiced and so dedicated to Tono like CG is, you've got to be ready for anything coming your way.
Exactly. And so, if I'm reading this correctly, this is losers finals for this pool. So, one player will qualify to the next bracket, and one player will unfortunately be going home.
Spectators bracket, we like to
the
call it.
spectators bracket, the dinner bracket.
We like the dinner bracket here.
Yeah. I'm a frequent dinner eater, a dinner enjoyer.
I am an enjoyer of dinner. Fantastic. All right. So it's going to be against Powered CL. Second Powered CL we've seen today.
Aggressive opener for Storytime here.
Very aggressive.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Choosing the challenge Tono up close. Not every character can do that.
No, I'm actually really impressed with how aggressive Storytime is being. Unfortunately, committed to a button that allowed CG to get in, and this could be everything that CG needs to get the power that they want from this. All right, the entire string is blocked. Storytime went in, did very non-committal button, which was nice.
Nice, catches that. And as you see, Power Steel does have very good range here, right? And
yes.
Can actually outrange Tono, but as you saw, Tono, one thing that he can do is that he can air dash really low to the ground. That's how he got his initial opening here as well.
Yep, okay, the re-jump, doesn't get anything, throw, keeps him in the corner. And where it really felt like Storytime was doing well, CG is coming out on top of all of these exchanges. It's been a lot of little hits, but CG does more damage in 2 to 3 hits than Storytime is doing.
Yeah, went for like a long-range move there. CG able to close the distance to punish it with a faster move.
Okay.
Flash. Ooh.
Nice.
Second hit might have low profile there. I haven't seen that interaction very often.
No, not particularly often, but then a good combo here from Storytime. Very solid. Just trying to pressure and create these strings where CG doesn't have the opportunity to jump out and get the damage like he did, but the reversal comes out from CG. Overhead and then shield, nothing afterwards, and then overhead again. Throws the shield this time.
Wow, both times challenge that. You want to see maybe CG go for a different ender there.
Okay.
Caught pressing buttons.
Elbow comes out. Storytime's still in a very advantageous position. Does not continue the combo even though that hit.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay.
You like to see Storytime here really abuse that range right here, right? Because it's difficult. It's very difficult for Tono from a normal standpoint to just challenge it. But especially in this game, you've got shield, you've got many other options. So that's how you can make up the difference here. Another hit for Storytime.
Yeah, tons of meter to work with as well. Spends 1 bar there.
Super jump mix up.
Yep.
Good block, but not committing to anything here, right? Don't want to overcommit.
Oh, the BC afterwards, so counters on both. CG is out of there, goes for the unblockable, backdash, and then just right back into damage for Storytime.
Yeah. Once again, using that really good mid to long range normal there from Steel.
Okay, backdash and caught. Rest of the combo doesn't hit, spends the EX, just really for pressure at this point.
Yeah. Oh, good. I like that shield exchange there, right? Not too committal.
No, and then...
another one.
Oh, there's a whole combo that he could have done after that, or at least punished a bit better.
Okay. Goes for a safe heat. Wants to recover all that blue health back, which is working pretty well, but...
Heat in return. CG able to get the counter hit, and look how much damage that took. That was incredible.
Critical drop there, but catches the landing recovery. So.
Ooh. Honestly, I thought Storytime had that.
Yeah, it's one of those things in this game, or actually in a lot of fighting games, where if you do something in the air, when you land on the ground, oftentimes there's recovery. Tono with those like super long legs, so it's really good at punishing that kind of thing. Especially if you air dash, you do nothing. That's one of those things where you can, just like stay on the ground with Tono and really just punish players who are trying to move around.
Yep. Oh. A very early moon drive from CG. I mean, I would do it too. Storytime was flying everywhere. You want to be able to see where they're going to end up.
Nice, gutsy.
Very. I was thinking CG would go in for the throw like they did earlier, but I like that option a lot better. Got some more damage off of it. A shield,
Whoa.
shield, and then just punishes on the shield recovery. Yee!
Flip
Okay.
block. Oh, baits a throw out. Like that.
It's so interesting because they're being aggressive at the same time and they're being passive at the same time,
Yeah.
resulting in some really interesting tempos here.
Yeah, that was a punish. I guess CG tried to get away with one there. Story time not allowing it.
Right? Okay. Big damage coming out of story time. The
Safe
good
heat.
4K, yeah. Very safe heat. Gonna get a ton of health back because CG couldn't get across the screen in time.
Yeah, exactly. Like to see that, like, you know, you do spend all your meter to do that, but you can gain, like, maybe one combo worth of health back, so.
The interesting thing is CG has not had the opportunity to super once. Storytime is just not letting it happen, which honestly, that's what you need to do against a Tono player. They're doing a great job locking that down.
Yeah, spending a lot of time at that mid to long range. And 16 seconds left. Counter hit. This could close it, especially if Storytime can make this combo take as long as possible.
Yep, down to 8-7. Could spend a bar here as well. Not going to kill. Just have to wait it out.
Don't need to commit here, yeah. That jump in is so strong, right? There's no way for most characters to challenge it without shielding.
Okay, backdash this time. The round start movement for story time is really nice. They've just been able to establish good pressure, but this time, CG is the one who gets the first good hit here. Hard knockdown, checking the space, side switch afterwards.
Very solid. Spins the meter.
Ooh,
Made
that
it
was-
out of the throw, but with the heat.
Yeah. Very ambiguous from CG and a very clean round as well. And this time does get the arc drive. I love the way Tono's eyes look in that color.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Well, now he's got it.
He's got it, and that's real scary.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's see if story time could kind of, I don't know, maybe minimize the effect of it with like a long range from with power CL.
okay.
In the corner.
Yeah, there's the wall bounce combo. Spends the EX as well. Yeah, they're just trying to not let CG do anything.
Yeah, not willing to commit there, right? Stay at that mid-long range. Again, special move, dropped it.
Okay. And in. Oh my goodness, this is so much damage.
Ooh. Those have been hitting pretty often.
It has. Okay. Oh no,
Oh my
the fatal
goodness.
afterwards too. Good lord. All right, launcher. It's gonna spend the bar afterwards too for story time. Yeah, that should
Killed.
do it.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
Big scramble right there. You know, CG had gotten the hit, but then dropped the combo. Storytime just happened to be just, you know, I'm just going to keep pressing the button, I guess. And so got the hit in there. Big reversal of fortune there. So
It was.
Storytime able to come out on top. And scrambling is it's an essential skill in fighting games, right? Things don't always go the way you think they're going to go.
Right.
And so sometimes, you know, how you react in those situations is also how strong of a player you can be, right? Whether you're an insane scrambler, like you just press even more buttons, or you're a really collected one, right? Just really depends.
It definitely does. You can see, I love in those big crowd shots, you can see how many people are here. This ballroom is deep and filled with people.
Oh yeah, it's definitely definitely filled, and it's definitely hotter than it is outside.
Yes. So really strong start here from CG. This is losers. It's surprising to see both of these players in this position, but CG doing a great job challenging Storytime, working on this perfect.
Yeah, looks like it's gonna seal it too. Yeah, there it is. Perfect. No, it wasn't. Apparently not.
No, it was. It was.
Oh,
it was
She
perfect.
did-
Yeah.
You know what? You don't need someone to tell you it's a perfect. You can just be perfect.
Exactly. Just be perfect. It's like, don't get hit. Just be perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
And CG has powered up. What did he do in the 5 seconds between rounds? Because my guy is not getting hit.
Can we get a double? No.
Aw. Sorry, I cursed you. I blessed you once and I cursed you again. Sorry, dude.
But still in a pretty good position here. Gets caught.
Yeah.
Gonna get pushed to the corner.
The powered CL does a deceptive amount of damage, and in 2 combos was able to take advantage of the life lead there.
Well, you know, she's powered. You know, that's just what happens.
This is true. It's in her name. Okay, good blocking out of CG there. Oh, went in for something risky, and the risk was not worth this negative reward.
That's what we're saying. The Tono does have some really good special moves, but sometimes you just get punished for YOLOing, right?
Yes, definitely. Okay, and then... Oh, I thought they were going to commit to a shield, but they didn't. Blocks and gets caught jumping. That's unfortunate.
Again, once at that mid-range, it's so hard for many characters to deal with it, right? And, you know, as you mentioned, CG didn't have Moondrive anymore, so would have forced to rely on shield there.
Okay, backdash. Backdashing is very risky at this point.
Yeah.
You could absolutely get caught by something like this from Powered CL.
Just that range, you know, it makes you want to get away to get some more space, but now that you're in the corner, you can't do that at all.
No, you can't. There's
shield?
the shield, and then was maybe going for a run under or something, but chose not to challenge at all. And then once again was trying to run out story time, punishing CG.
Nice tech.
Boy. Ooh, text that.
Nice.
Oh, this is the chance for CG. So once again, Storytime had committed to shield, getting a lot of damage. Going to go ahead and use Death Perception to get this unlocked.
Yeah, now he's got access to better special moves, right?
Yes.
They're very powerful. Good for block strings as well.
Okay. Oh.
Reversal. Super.
No. Just ends the combo with a hard knockdown. I'm really surprised.
Might just be trying to get a single hit into super here.
Oh boy, this is a one-touch situation for both players.
Exactly.
Why are you backdashing? That's so nerve-wracking.
Oh, yeah. Punish the space. They moved just a little bit short there.
And you can look at how disappointed CG is. His arm just went. Meow.
Yeah. Well, sometimes, you know, when you play the main character, you know, that can be, you know, it can be hard to you because you think, you know, I'm the main character, I should win, right?
Yeah.
I lose, I let all my fans down, right? So.
It was just like, it's those subtleties that you notice with players when he was like, GG, and then the hand just dropped. It was like, oh.
Yeah, it's okay, CG. We're still your fans. You did great.
It's true.
Yeah.
Still fans.
Yeah, great. It was a great showing, and I think that, you know, we thought, like, you know, was so dominant in the final game.
It
right?
was. I really, like, at the start of that third game where they were just on a tear with the perfect and everything, and then Storytime with that Powered CL. Going to be moving on into our top 48.
Yeah, really start to take advantage of Powered CL's, you know, strengths, right? That long range, just, you know, high damage from a lot of those non-committal movements, right? Really force the opponent to commit, and unfortunately, CG didn't have the answers there.
No, unfortunate. But we do have another Losers Finals now, and apparently people are very excited because it sounds like it's coming right from my ear. This is Giuseppe, who we've not seen play, but a very dominant player in the Melty Blood community. Did particularly well at Combo Breaker last year, did well in the Melty Blood circuit that happened in the latter half of the year. Just a really... They are cheering for Giuseppe. They're very excited. Yeah. Just a strong player.
Yeah, a very technically sound. You know, I was watching him explain a lot of like the way that the deeper shield interactions. Really knows his stuff about this game because he does play Shikitono all the time, but plays at a very technically sound level. Very, very strong player. And I would like to see him play Neko instead, but you know what? I'd also like to see him win as well.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's like, do we want the memes or do we want the win? What if we had both?
Yeah, I mean, you could see him go to it if he really feels.
What if we had both?
Completely overmatched in a matchup, for example. You could see it come out, right? But
that is true.
Probably put your best foot forward here and go with Shikitono.
I mean, there are actually a couple of players who I know do Neko Arc online and then choose a different character for offline tournaments just because they don't want to influence the way that their buttons work online versus offline.
Oh, is it because they play on Wi-Fi? That's what I heard. I heard all Neko Arc players play on Wi-Fi. That's like their calling card. That's what I heard.
I play on Wi-Fi. That is hilarious. I have not heard that, but if that's true, there we are.
You naughty, naughty Neko Arc players. All right, so let's see where. One thing you have to do in tournaments sometimes is disconnect all the pads, and that's what we're doing right now. We're doing a little janitor work. If you don't know, in a PS4 tournament, it's impossible to desync PlayStation 4 controller sometimes. So somebody could try to turn on the controller and just literally pause the game for everyone else, right?
It's true, and sometimes, you know, with the sensitivity of a controller, it could be in your bag and it can accidentally turn on. I mean, it's a lot of the times it's not malicious, so it's just it's nerve-wracking, and so it's good on the players to be able to do that. So we are currently we're getting all set up and getting ready to do this as, you know, I believe this is going to be one of our last, if not the last match for the Melty Blood. This is our last match for Melty Blood. During this block, we are very fortunate to have had, been able to showcase this bit of pools. But this is not the last of Melty Blood that you will see this weekend. There is going to be Top 48 tomorrow, which I believe starts at 10 a.m. Central Time. And immediately following that is going to be the finals. And I'm just double checking on that time to make sure I am telling you the correct thing. So yeah, tomorrow morning on Funky P, it's going to be 10 a.m. for Melty Blood Top 48, and immediately following is going to be Top 8.
All right, that's some more Melty Blood action for you guys. If you guys have been enjoying yourself, do make sure to check that out. Again, the players only get stronger the further into the tournament you go, right?
Oh yeah, and all the strong... I mean, okay, at this point, the Top 48 is really stacked, but there are a lot of strong players, and I think all the way from Top 48 to Grand Finals is going to be a heck of a show.
Exactly.
So while we're waiting for this, you were mentioning earlier about offline tournaments and attending it and, go to an offline tournament. So the end of that story for me was going to be, went to Frosty Faustings in 2018, never had been, got home, immediately registered for Combo Breaker because I was like, I can't not do this. So if you have ever considered coming to a tournament, even a local, go to locals because they're super fun and you can make a lot of friends and then you have that community when you come out to larger events. But if you want the encouragement to go to a tournament, this is your encouragement. Just go.
Exactly.
Because it's so much fun to watch at home. You get your snacks and you can chill out for a couple of hours and watch whatever you want. But then here, the community feeling is so powerful. And the friends that you make are... they're lifelong friends.
Exactly, and you can connect on a lot of levels, right? You can eat the venue hot dog together and complain about how terrible it is or great it is, right? Just one of those things you just kind of experience as a community together,
You can experience
right?
Gekio popcorn together.
Oh yeah,
this is true.
Yeah.
If you have never had Popcorn Baron popcorn, it is definitely it's a Midwest staple, and it's worth the wait, which is usually 2 to 3 hours.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely worth the wait. Usually, and the thing is, if you wait too long to go get it, too, some of the better flavors are, completely gone.
This is true, yeah. So, yeah, this is the 15th Frosty Faustings. Still a 2-day event, 25 main events, and none of that includes the ridiculous amount of side events that we also have. The stages are gorgeous. And we have a host of top-level players, commentators, bracket runners, TOs, and streams that have been doing a fantastic job, and it's just day one.
Yeah, and it's really just a really frenetic, but also a really packed event. There's always something going on. A lot of time, one of the things that's tough about tournaments is there's a lot of downtime. But Frosty's is run so well and so packed. You can't expect a tournament to do this many events and have it be as smooth as it is.
It's pretty incredible, and especially because this is a 24-hour venue.
Yeah, and that's one of those things where it's there's always going to be something to do, right? So
there definitely is. All right, so we are getting into our final match of the block of D pools. Giuseppe is going to play the Tono against Shadow D.A. Noel.
All right, so gets caught by the projectile there. And that's one of the things Dead Apostle Noel can do is fire projectiles, one of the best projectiles in the game. Good hit from Tono there.
Yeah. Oh, overhead. And then the throw.
Very aggressive. Now, one of the things is that Dead Apostle Noel does have a reversal, but gets caught by the standing low there.
Yeah, Shadowcat is not able to get anything significant started. And if we can't have the Neko arc play, at least we have the theme and the background.
Yeah, it's a bop.
It is. I actually really like it. All right, so Giuseppe taking that first round pretty definitively. We do have the spears coming out, just maintaining space. Shadowcat does dive in afterwards, though, choosing not to follow up, just trying to zone Giuseppe out.
Yeah, and Giuseppe has not committed here, right? You can run and you can run. They can cancel your dash
Yay!
and the block pretty quickly in this game. Good double jump mix-up.
This is a good combo coming out of Shadowcat. We do have the EX spears, and that time we're going to get the launch afterwards.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that was a miss. Accidentally dashed into the corner there. Giuseppe's not going to let that go.
No, and an aggressive heat, too. Aggressive and safe, and that's important. Doesn't get to use very much of it because Shadowcat was able to take a turn there. But Giuseppe definitely not out of it. Spears come out, blocks the bubbles.
Yeah, cheeky throw there. Ooh, gets caught. This time Giuseppe's started to press, but actually managed to get in.
Okay.
And builds 1 meter. Could go for a safe heat, but we'll see.
Yeah,
Opts
knocked
to keep
down.
it.
Oh no, just dashed in and then grabbed. Backdash.
Good bait. It gets a hit. It drops it.
Whoa, the shield didn't punish the shield afterwards.
Whoa.
Oh my god, how did he not get hit by that?
He Matrix dodged it.
I have questions.
15 seconds.
Oh!
The YOLO slash gets him every time. Yeah, that was so aggressive. But you know, it paid off, right?
It did. It paid off, but it was stressful. Like, Giuseppe doesn't look stressed, but I'm stressed for Giuseppe. I'll have that, I guess.
It's one of those things where Giuseppe had been playing very patiently most of the time. He just dashed and blocked like a million times like that.
Right.
And finally, when it was time to go, he's like, you know what, I'll just do like a YOLO slash here.
Okay, shield. Nothing afterwards. Shadowcat
was,
they were charging their moon meter and then just really eats tons of damage here. Launcher with a hard knockdown. Setup comes in and a heat to punish it.
Wow.
Oh, no.
Fatal throw.
Overhead? Nope. Gonna go in for the mids. Overhead does not work. Text the throw coming out from Giuseppe. And BC counter afterwards. The nails come in, but just sort of jumped over Giuseppe.
Yeah, Giuseppe, good movement there, but does get caught. Wow, another mix-up maybe? That double jump into nothing got tagged by Giuseppe.
Yeah, it did. Oh.
Heat?
Yeah, very
Whoa!
safe.
OTG? Maybe super? Yeah.
No, not. Just uses an EX instead. And then blocks and jumps over. This is wild. What are you doing?
Oh, another miss? Another uncharacteristic miss. If Shadowcat's gone this far, but maybe the nerves are starting to get to him. Because he's left a lot on the table here.
A lot on the table. And with a character like DA Noel, that's not something that you should be doing.
Yeah, because once you miss it, you miss a combo, you're going to lose your setup as well, right? So.
Exactly. Okay, tech. Tons of resources for Shadowcat, but Giuseppe just not letting him use it. All right, there's a throw. What's the setup afterwards? The delay spears. But that was it. And now Giuseppe just hits Shadowcat with a low.
Yeah, uses the, just forcibly takes a turn, right?
Okay, charge. Oh,
wow.
No.
You know what? I don't care about your movement. I'm just going to keep pressing buttons.
Yeah, I thought that was a really smart idea from Shadowcat, and then Giuseppe was like, well, what if it wasn't?
Yeah, what if I just kept hitting buttons?
Yeah, what if I just kept hitting buttons? And
nice!
Holy
Shielded the reversal.
Holy, are you serious? Wow, Giuseppe!
Yeah, that was nasty. You're really a hard read on the reversal there to punish it, right? So.
Yes.
And Giuseppe will move on to the next bracket. So Shadowcat, very strong player to make it this far into losers finals, but
right.
We'll see him go home, unfortunately. But again, that was the last match of Melty Blood type Lumina for this block. Really good showing for many players, right?
It was, and this was a really cool one to see because, as we mentioned at the start of this block, a lot of the very well-known players have already played. They've already qualified for top 48, and now we're getting to see it as it continues to fill out with more strong players, some of whom are less familiar to the community. And I think it's a really great way to show that even though Melty's only in this form has been out for a little over a year,
right.
And it's continuing to grow. It's continuing to bring people in with every patch, with every new group of DLC, which is all free, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's a lot that we're getting to see in the growth of this game.
Right, and of course, it's gonna be good to see what happens next too, as well, right? So,
it is.
With that in mind, I'm signing off. I'm Shay, and I'm joined here by.
I'm Jadelyn. Stay tuned to this channel because Under Night Top 24 is coming up next.
All right, see you guys next time.